want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861.
I am Moses Peter, welcoming you to news at 9 p.m. on Som TV. This broadcast is coming to you live from Jalingo. This is the pulse of the nation. We bring only the stories that matter. Stay with us on Facebook at Som TV and YouTube at Som TV Live. Here are tonight's major headlines. SEMA wins Best Agency of the Year as it receives medical donation from US-based group. Her Excellency Remi Tinubu urges diaspora to support national development. Governor Soludo presents 758 billion naira Anambra 2026 budget, while Niger Assembly threatens shutdown over insecurity. On international news, U.S. State Attorneys General back state-level AI regulations. Business news. African Development Bank approves $500 million loan for Nigeria's reforms. On entertainment news, Actors Guild of Nigeria lifts suspension of actress Shirley Igwe. Sport news. Neymar's NR Sports acquires Pele brand. Now the news in full. The Taraba State Emergency Management Agency, or SEMA, has been named Best Agency of the Year by Som TV in collaboration with Taraba News, in recognition of its outstanding service delivery and humanitarian interventions across the state. Some TV correspondents complete the reports.
The award was presented by Chief Gabriel Olayinka, CEO of Some TV and Taraba News, who praised SEMA for its exceptional commitment to emergencies response, disaster mitigation, and the welfare of displaced and vulnerable communities. He noted that the agency's swift response to natural and man-made emergencies improve coordinations mechanisms and the dedication of its staff have earned public appreciation. Chief Olayinka also emphasized that the award serves as motivation for other agencies to improve performance while encouraging SEMA to sustain its high standard of accountability, transparency, and timely intervention.
SEMA is already there, and we said this has given Tarabans the hope. Over the years, so many things have happened to so many people, and nobody cares. Nobody tried to alleviate their suffering and their this. But particularly since the coming of the executive secretary, the new executives. In fact, let me say that before now, people do not even know that SEMA exists in Taraba State. We want to commend your effort. We want to commend what you are doing, and to say it with your team and your directors that not just us, people have been given a very good assessment of what your agency is doing, and people are appreciative of what your agency is doing.
Receiving the award, Dr. Echuse Audu, Executive Secretary of SEMA, expressed gratitude to Some TV and Taraba News for recognizing the agency's efforts. She also acknowledged the support of Taraba State Governor Dr. Agbu Kefras and reaffirmed the agency's readiness to continue working closely with partners, stakeholders, and the media to enhance disasters preparedness and provide relief to affected
resources to function properly. So if not because of his role that he played, we will not be able to function as properly and effective the way you're seeing in the state. So we appreciate him for the support, and we appreciate him for the leadership role.
The event also highlighted the crucial role of media organizations in promoting good governance, not only through constructive criticism, but also by recognizing exemplary performance in public service. Lilian Yakubu reporting for Some TV.
The Taraba State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, received a donation of essential medications from the US-based Helping Hand organization in Jalingo, boosting the agency's capacity to respond to emergencies and provide relief to vulnerable communities across the state. Some TV correspondent completes the report.
The donation was presented by Chief Gabriel Olayinka on behalf of the US-based Helping Hand organization, who praised SEMA for its exceptional and proactive service delivery. He noted that the agency's swift response to emergency commitment to safeguarding lives and dedication to public welfare have earned recognition both locally and internationally. Chief Olayinka emphasized that the provision of essential medication is part of the ongoing effort to strengthen
Hans Amazing Foundation. Thank you for your support. We were contacted by the program coordinator, Dr. Mrs. Magdalene, to find out about the number of IDP camps we have in the state. And I told her, that was like 3 months ago. She said, okay, she has this passion for humanity, and she supplies drugs to IDP camps in terms of health crisis to provide humanitarian.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, has urged Nigerians in the diaspora to actively support national development by collaborating with relevant agencies back home. Speaking in Doha during the World Innovative Summit for Education, she encouraged them to promote innovation, mentor youth, and drive change. She also referred some innovators to the Minister of Education for potential partnerships, emphasizing that synergy between local and diaspora startups can accelerate Nigeria's rebirth and global recognition. Dr. Kingsley Chibuzo Agworu, a pioneer of SMS-based one-time passcodes (OTP), has warned that this method is no longer secure and should be phased out. Speaking on Tuesday, he highlighted vulnerabilities in telecom networks that expose SMS OTPs to interception, SIM swapping, and phishing. Agworu urged banks, fintechs, and online services to adopt modern alternatives such as passkeys, authentication apps, hardware tokens, and push notification verification to strengthen digital security. On to Abia State. The Abia State Police Command has prioritized the protection of schools, worship centers, and key infrastructure following rising insecurity nationwide. Commissioner of Police Danladi Issa directed all area commanders, DPOs, and tactical units to strengthen security coverage across these sensitive locations. Police spokesperson Maureen Chinaka urged residents to support the efforts by reporting suspicious activities through nearby stations or emergency hotlines, stressing that community cooperation is vital to preventing further attacks and kidnappings. The Joint United Nations Programme on AIDS reported that condom distribution in Nigeria fell by 55% over the past year, signaling a major setback in prevention efforts. The decline detailed in the 2025 World AIDS Day report reflects funding cuts disrupting testing, treatment, and community programs. The agency warned of heightened risks for young women and urged global leaders to restore funding and strengthen prevention services. Ariwa Progressives for Good Governance has urged Honorable Abdulmalik Zubairu to contest the 2027 Zamfara State governorship election, citing his strong record in development, education, and empowerment. The group, whose members span all 19 northern states, praised his scholarships, vocational training, information and communications technology programs, and support for farmers, women, and youth. They argued that Zamfara's insecurity and economic decline require his proven leadership, urging him to run for the state renewal. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has presented a budget estimate of 758 billion naira to the Anambra State. How His Eminence Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar III and the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment have endorsed Script Plus Limited to produce a film on Princess Nana Asmau, daughter of Osman Danfodio. The project aims to celebrate her contributions to education, women empowerment, and Islamic scholarship, promoting unity, peace, and national cohesion. Executive producer Hajia Rahman Abdulmajid highlighted the film's role in preserving cultural heritage and inspiring northern Nigerian women's education. Inner Wheel District 910 Nigeria has joined the global campaign to end gender-based violence by participating in the Orange the World initiative. The campaign coincides with the annual 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, coordinated by the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women. District Chairman Inner Wheel member Felicia Agbohese highlighted efforts to support survivors, raise awareness, challenge harmful norms, and promote safety, equality, and justice for women and girls. Alhaji Ahmad Isa Gerawa of the All Progressives Congress in Jigawa State urged citizens to support the re-election of Governor Umar Namadi in 2027, praising his achievement in education, healthcare, electricity, and economic development. He also emphasized re-electing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to sustain the Renewal Hope agenda, commending his bold decisions for national progress. Gerawa assured President Tinubu of Jigawa's support in the 2027 general elections. Down to Gombe State, the Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, Commander of the Order of the Niger, approved 500 million naira as a matching fund with the United Nations Children's Fund for procuring ready-to-use therapeutic food to treat severe acute malnutrition in children. The intervention under the Child Nutrition Fund aims to reduce child mortality, improve early childhood development, and ensure vulnerable children, especially under 5, have access to life-saving nutrition across Gombe State. The World Bank has praised Gombe State Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya for transformative leadership in modernizing livestock value chains. During a state visit, the delegation observed artificial insemination programs, breed improvement, milk collection centers, grazing reserve remapping, and a veterinary diagnostics laboratory. The Gombe Livestock Productivity Enhancement and Sustainability Project has achieved a 79.1% conception rate, enhanced dairy productivity, and reduced farmer-herder conflicts, showcasing successful public-private partnerships. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, affirmed that Nigerian troops will sustain aggressive operations to dismantle insurgents and criminal networks in Kogi and nationwide. During a courtesy visit from Governor Usman Ododo at Army Headquarters Abuja, Shaibu pledged full commitment to protecting lives and property and strengthening security partnerships with state government. Governor Ododo congratulated the COAS on his appointment, praised the Army's sacrifices, and of actualization and hope to the State House of Assembly. The plan allocates 84.7% to capital expenditure, targeting infrastructure, human capital, and economic recovery. It highlights achievements in education, health, agriculture development. Nwifuru urged SWIFA to sustain progress and improve residents' living standards. Nigeria is taking concrete steps to reduce, maintain emissions, and end routine gas flaring, announced Gas Minister Right Honorable Ekperikpen Ekpo at the Sub-Saharan African Roundtable in Abuja. Measures include enforcing Petroleum Industry Act, flare-out deadlines, deploying advanced leak detection technologies, and introducing commercial incentives for flare-to-power, LPG expansion, and small-scale LNG project or your Pacesetter transport service under a 20-year public-private agreement. Located in Ibadan, the station will be operational by January 2026, supporting Governor Seyi Makinde's clean energy goals, reducing fuel costs, and boosting sustainable transport. The project will expand the CNG bus fleet, create jobs, enhance technical skills, and generate new revenue through CNG sales and vehicle conversions. Akwa Ibom and Abia state governments are engaging in diplomatic talks to resolve a long-standing boundary dispute between Itu Mbonuso in Ini LGA, Akwa Ibom, and Atan Abam in Arochukwu, Abia. Governor Umo Eno is collaborating with his Abia counterpart, Dr. Alex Oti, to restore peace and security. Relief efforts led by the Akwa Ibom Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Ofiong Ofo, include medical support, food aid, and financial assistance for affected residents, fostering reconciliation and socio-economic recovery. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has indefinitely suspended the FCT mandate Secretary of Education, Dr. Danlami Hayo, over an unauthorized directive to close schools. Wike said the circular, which created a false impression of insecurity, was issued without his approval and other senior officials involved would also face sanctions. He assured residents that schools are safe and criticized the decision as unacceptable, emphasizing accountability and adherence to proper procedures. Moving down to Bauchi State, the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has announced a 900 billion naira 2026 budget proposal to the State House of Assembly, termed the Budget of Hope and Consolidation. It prioritizes education, water, agriculture, and rural development. The governor emphasized timely budgeting, efficient procurement, and completion of ongoing projects. He assured safe learning environments, infrastructure development, and attention to neglected sectors, while clarifying a recent Darazo incident was a communal conflict, not banditry, reaffirming his administration's commitment to security and effective governance. Dr. Yakubu Adam Kofan Mata has assumed duty as the new permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development. He called for strengthened collaboration among staff, agencies, and stakeholders, emphasizing that teamwork is essential to advancing the nation's aviation and aerospace goals. Kofan Mata pledged to build on the foundations of his predecessor, focusing on staff development, professionalism, and welfare. Outgoing Permanent Secretary Dr. Ibrahim Abubakar Kanan urged continued support to ensure smooth transition and sustained progress. A faction of the All Progressives Congress APC in Cross River State has called for the resignation of State Chairman Alphonsus Eba over alleged corruption and poor treatment of ward and chapter executives. At a meeting in Calabar, chapter and ward leaders, including youth representatives, decried the lopsided allocation of party funds and marginalization of grassroots officials. While criticizing the chairman, they reaffirmed support for Governor Basi Otu's re-election, vowing to continue their protest until their demands are met. The Critical Youth Stakeholders Forum of the African Development Democratic Congress ADC in Borno State has warned against attempts by political jobbers to infiltrate the party ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking in Maiduguri, Chairman Honorable Yusuf Sharif Banki said the forum will ensure new members are registered without ethnic or religious bias, and vowed to expose transactional politicians seeking to hijack the party. He called on the national ADC leadership to intervene, insisting the party's structure and integrity will not be compromised. Meanwhile, the Tanimu Turaki-led PDP faction petitioned the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Abuja, over repeated case assignments to Justices Omotonsho, Lifu, and Abdul Malik, labeling them courts of particular concern. The petition, signed by National Secretary Taufik Arabaja, cited judgments halting the party's Ibadan National Convention and other INEC-related suits, urging reassignment to ensure justice is both done and perceived as fair. The Nigeria Police Force, through its Interpol National Central Bureau, has repatriated 61-year-old Turkish national Akka Hussein to Turkey to serve a 14-year and 8 months, 10 days prison sentence for fraud. Convicted earlier this year by Istanbul Anadolu High Criminal Court, Hussein fled Turkey via the Middle East. Interpol NCB and of the Nigeria Customs Service reported a 300% increase in revenue, collecting over 2.5 billion naira in October 2025. Comptroller Wale Adenuga credited the surge to blocked leakages, stronger enforcement, and facilitation of legitimate trade. The command also intercepted 4,000 bags of smuggled rice expired flora and endangered species, and over 2,000 parcels of cannabis sativa, reinforcing its commitment to lawful trade, transparency, and national security along the Lagos-Abidjan corridor. Troops of the Joint Task Force Operation Wild Stroke have arrested 2 herders in Makurdi, Benue State, for trespassing on farmlands and destroying crops during the harvest season. The herders were intercepted at Zongo Akiki, preventing further damage. Lieutenant Ahmad Zubairu confirmed the arrest, while Force Commander Major General Moses Gara commended the troops and urged herders to obey the law, warning against violence and reprisals that could escalate conflict. Excuse me. 24 schoolgirls adopted in Kebbi State have been rescued in Niger State after a joint operation by soldiers, police, civil defense, vigilantes, and hunters. President Tinubu welcomed their safe return and ordered 24-hour aerial surveillance across Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger forests to curb rising kidnappings. Meanwhile, bandits adopted 11 people in Kwara and 10 in Kano border communities, prompting intensified police operations and new state security measures. China has pledged strong technical and diplomatic support for Nigeria's port modernization and automation efforts. Speaking in London, China's Vice Minister of Transport, Li Yang, highlighted China's experience with 52 fully automated ports and offered assistance in smart infrastructure, cargo handling automation, digital gate systems, and advanced maritime technologies. Nigeria's Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Dr. Adegboyega Oyetola, welcomed the partnership, seeking collaboration on port digital link Kano in Nigeria to Maradi in Niger Republic, enhancing socio-economic ties between the spanning 284 kilometers across 12 stations in Kano, Jigawa, and Katsina states, with an additional 94-kilometer line to Dutse. The $1.96 billion project is designed to transport 9,300 passengers and 3,000 tons of freight daily and is expected to be completed in 2026. Students at Bayero University Kano explored business, entertainment, and digital tools during MTN Nigeria's ongoing campus activation, as 300-level student Ramatu Yakubu won a car worth 35 million naira. The 3-day event also awarded laptops, tablets, and cash to participants, while MTN provided low-cost data plans to support student studies. MTN's youth manager, Femi Adesina, emphasized the company's commitment to empowering Nigerian youth. The campus tour continues across more universities before year-end. The Minister of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economic, Hannatu Musawa, has urged Nigerian women to unite across party, regional, and religious lines to overcome political exclusion. Speaking at the HID Awolowo Foundation Dialogue in Ikene Remo, Ogun State, she stressed that division has hindered women's leadership despite historical examples of mobilization. Musawa called for collaboration with men as allies, while dignitaries highlighted the need for female-friendly policies and sustained political engagement to ensure progress. The African Media Network for Health and Environment launched its 4th annual media forum, urging journalists to intensify reporting on neglected tropical diseases such as river blindness, leprosy, and dengue. Held virtually on November 25, 2025, the forum gathered over 100 participants, emphasizing media's role in shaping policy, raising awareness, reducing stigma, and promoting community-led solutions to advance Africa's goal of eliminating these diseases. President Bola Tinubu has submitted the Legal Practitioners Bill 2025 to the Nigerian Senate to modernize the Legal Practitioners Act of 2004. The bill, read by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, proposes a mandatory 2-year pupillage for new lawyers, compulsory continuing professional education, standardized licensing, official document stamps, and a legal practitioner disciplinary committee to investigate misconduct. The reforms aim to strengthen professional standards, the rule of law, and public trust in Nigeria's legal services. Let's go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. We partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient.
Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement. Moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Welcome back. We are glad you are still there with us. Moving on to international news, 12 states attorneys general, joined by colleagues from 35 states and Washington, D.C., urged the U.S. Congress not to block state-level AI regulations. They warned that halting emerging laws could expose citizens to serious risks linked to unregulated AI. With no federal standards in place, they argued states must protect residents. The appeal clashes with President Trump's push to preempt state AI laws through further legislation. On business news, the African Development Bank has approved a $500 million loan to Nigeria to fund the second phase of its economic governance and energy transition support program. The facility, covering 2024 to 2025, aims to strengthen fiscal management, advance power sector reforms, and support climate action. African Development Bank officials say the program will boost non-oil revenues, improve transparency, and accelerate energy transition efforts, benefiting key government agencies and attracting private sector participation in the energy sector. On entertainment news, the Actors Guild of Nigeria has lifted the suspension of actress Shirley Igwe after reviewing disciplinary measures taken over a reported incident of violent conduct on a Lagos film set in July 2025. AGN President Dr. Emeka Rollas said the NEC resolved to reinstate her following a fair hearing process. Igwe, cleared to resume activities since October 19, was urged to uphold professionalism, emotional restraint, and discipline as she returns to active participation in the Guild. Sport news, Pele's global brand has been acquired by NR Sports, owned by Neymar Santos Sr., in a multi-million-dollar deal announced at the Pelé Museum in Santos, Brazil. Although the exact terms remain confidential, local reports place the value at around $18 million. Neymar's father said the goal is to preserve and modernize Pelé's legacy. Pelé's daughter, Flavia, described the handover as emotional and symbolic, calling it a repatriation of one of sport's greatest icons. That is where we draw the curtain. I am Moses Peter. Good evening and wishing you the very best.